right, everybody, we're back. We're live. We're still kicking. We just got done, obviously, with the NASCAR generation stuff. So now we got YESCAR 3D. If you want to get in here, lobby's live. Password's on the screen. Discord is down below. We're trying to pull in some other guys for tonight because, you know, it definitely, these are fun races. And I think we got about, what, about 20 cars, Dennis, for this first one? Maybe 22?
I got, 20, 21.
Okay. So, trying to get some more food in me while I'm sitting here. And you know who we have on track tonight that we haven't seen in a hot minute?
Who's that?
Our good friend Bob to Jersey.
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now.
I'm trying to figure out if it's actually like 8 o'clock at home for him. I'm not sure. As a reminder, because some people were saying something about, or somebody was saying something about, you know, doing something with points and whatnot. This is the first night of their championship. So, they wiped the slate clean at the start of the month. They had championship night last night. And I do believe Big Duke walked away with that one. He had a pretty good points lead. So, not surprised there, but, you know, they're going to reset it and go at it again for another month. Oh, I was going somewhere with this. I had a whole train of thought and now I've lost it. I hate when that happens, but, yeah, I mean,
Derail.
It kind of derailed a little bit. It may be the lack of sleep from last night, but
What is sleep?
I don't know. So it's one of those things. It just happens. Oh man, we got somebody clipping the wall. We're gonna set this to crashes, I think. There's Turnips out there trying to put in a fast lap. We got him on screen at the moment. My God, they almost clipped somebody on the apron. That was sketchy. Waiting to see who else we see show up. I see, you know, Spicer obviously is in here. Joseph, yeah, we just caught that. Keith said it. Joseph Went is going to try to struggle bus it tonight. We'll see how well he can handle force feedback after having some surgery the other day. Who else is in here? I'm just kind of looking.
Oh,
Got all the usual suspects.
that was weird.
What did we just owe?
So, the wreck that Turnip got collected in, the 50 hit an invisible pillar or an invisible car.
Interesting.
Like, there's nothing there. Oh, the guy had towed just as he got to him.
Ah, so it hadn't cleared it, and it acted like the car was still there.
And it was funny because the angle I had, when he jumped out, it wasn't on screen, so it just looks like he hits a brick wall.
Right. So what's really interesting with qualifying, if you haven't watched this before, they use obviously group qualifying, so you can't get any sort of 0x, or otherwise it invalidates your lap. So a lot of these guys will try to pull draft in various spots to try to pull them forward. So you may see guys as Joe Sullivan goes for a ride and we see the bottom of his car for like the 9 millionth time on this channel. You might see guys run a lap, then pit right away, so that way they can reset, get freshies, go out and time it to where the draft helps them instead of hurts them. As Marcus Smalton goes for a ride down through the grass and cleans out Turnip in a tri-oval. I don't even think Turnip knew he was there.
Nah, going inboard. He was in his A post the entire time until he was in his A post.
I was gonna say until he was in the side of the car.
This will be the reminder as well. They do qualifying different as well. You get point penalty for anything every 5x. So they try to keep it clean under qualifying as well.
Uh-oh. Joe went in the chat. He says he had surgery yesterday, but it's not stopping him from racing and giving us some topics for our questions in between the races tonight. So I'm sure he'll have a goofy one for us when we pull him in between the next set of races. Oh man, you know, I'm really bummed that we did not get to do the broadcast to where they had a 0x race at Talladega last night. I think that would have been a wild one.
Well, who's to say they won't do it again tonight?
That's true. Anything's possible, so I guess we'll see. Watching Connor Walbeck and Andrew Winans trying to grab every ounce of draft they can find. Jim Graleski, your fastest so far with a 42.186.
Ooh, Connor had popped the wall.
Yep, Keith's walking all over the place. They're going to reset and try to go back out. Actually, never mind. That's the end of qual. All right, we'll get that off screen. We'll get a couple of things off screen, and then we'll get our grid up. So, Jim Graleski going to be your pole sitter with a 42.186. Josh Cruz to his outside. Joe Sullivan's going to start third. Kyle Wilson is going to start fourth. Cale Spicer is fifth. Justin Burns is going to start sixth. Bob DeJersey seventh. Joseph Wendt is eighth. Big Duke starting ninth. Connor Walbeck is 10th. Keith Powell is 11th. Randy Wood's going to start 12th. Moving back a little bit further. Andrew Winans is 13th. Paul Lawson 14th. Jeremy Boz is 15th. Alan Stewart 16th. Corey Dennison 17th. Miguel Saldana is 18th. James Phillips 19th. Marcus Smalton's going to start 20th. Jamie DeVoe going to start 21st. Riley Romeo 22nd. Aaron Rollins going to start 23rd. William Clark is 24th. And that's the end of our field. Dennis, who are you looking at for tonight's race?
For the first one here, do you know what? We haven't seen him in a minute. I think Bob.
He's fast.
He's
can
quick.
He can sprint like nobody's business.
He's very quick, and for other people, his ping doesn't do anyone else justice, but it does him wonders.
I'm gonna go with Jim Graleski because we've seen him do really good here. But I would pick Rickle, and I could see that he's in the chat But the last time I saw Rickle was Thursday night, and he was facing the wrong way down the front stretch at Chicagoland. So I don't think our Canadian brethren knows how to drive on the correct side of the road. So I'm not going to pick Rickle tonight.
I mean, you can't give him too much because they still drive on the right side of the road.
I don't think he knows how to drive down the road on the right side. All right. So Jim Gorleski is going to start out in front of your field. You're probably wondering, what are we doing? It is a double Dutch restart, which means your pole sitter is going to start out in front of everybody. He can start anywhere between the yellow and the wall. Doesn't matter where. It is on the green flag. And, you know, at that point, once he goes, the rest of the field goes. They do have a yellow line rule in effect, which means they cannot use under the yellow until the last lap coming out of 4. So
Coming to the checkered flag, anything is game.
yep. Kyle says the left side's faster.
It's faster, and then, but it's really weird. You get these headlights that just stare right into your soul. I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's very strange. Unfortunate even. Sometimes tragic. But pace car is going to duck off here when we get out of turn number 4 for race number 1 of the night. We'll see if Jim can hang on to the lead. I think he can. I think my pick beats Dennis's pick.
I think Bob will have something to say about that.
We'll see. We'll see. You know, maybe Bob proves me wrong. I don't know. Green flags in the air. We're off and racing. Oh, God! Oh. I don't know what happened to Joe Sullivan. Somebody spun. Did you catch who said that?
I think that was Joe. That was either Sullivan or that might have been Grleski, which that's what stacked Joe up.
Yeah, that could be the case. Well, now it's going to get interesting because now Dennis's pick has moved into 3rd on the bottom lane. I don't know. New Jersey's going to go around the high side. We'll see. Can the Super Speedway Warrior get it done? And you know what's funny? I've never seen Cale and Bob New Jersey in a race together. You could almost say that they might be the same person.
Ooh, it's going to get tight. 3 wide.
Yep, Sullivan up the middle. 2 laps to go. My God, the big one's going to happen here real freaking soon. Sullivan shoves out of the way.
Oh.
Rickle puts Bob up into the wall.
Oh, there's wrecking in the back.
Sullivan takes the lead down the back stretch. Oh my God, somebody's flipping like hell. Sullivan continues to lead. I don't think we're done wrecking.
No.
Yeah, I don't think
we're... the white flag this time.
Sullivan's going to hold the bottom. Spicer to the high side. Ooh, Sullivan drifts. Oh, no, they're around. Well, now we've got something set up that I didn't think we'd see. Cale's by himself. Turnip's closing in. Can Turnip get it done again? Does he got enough time? He is catching in a hurry. 0.4 back, but I don't think he's got enough for Cale. He's going to need one hell of a run off the corner.
He's trying to wrap the bottom the best he can.
He is, but I think Cale's just far enough ahead. Yeah, Turnip's not going to have enough for him. I thought maybe, but I think he needed to be a couple tenths closer going into 1 there. But
he definitely had to back out of it a lot more. So getting the momentum built back up.
Yeah, I want to come back to this wreck on the last lap because it looked like a big one. It was a big one. They're tight coming across the start-finish line. Oh, Jim floats just a little bit, and that's what turns Rickle. Takes Joe with him. I think oh, good Lord, Jim goes flipping. I know Rickle said, I have been got. I heard that. Josh Cruz hits the inside wall hard. Was very, very painful hit. But we'll get the results up on screen for race number 1. Why is it my results are busted on this one? I don't understand what happened. So we'll just go off the tower. We got Spicer, Burns, Winans, Powell, Dennison, Stewart, Lawson, Boz, Walbeck, and Duke, your top 10. Solid starts to the night so far for Spicer and Burns. I believe both of them got out of there with a 0x. So solid run. We'll get this off screen. We're going to go ahead and head over to race number 2. Remember, passwords up on screen so you can get into the next one. Oh God, Rickles says he's bringing out a Ford. I think he needs to just leave it in the garage, but we'll jump into this next one. So send it, because I saw you you asked about YESCAR. So this is YESCAR 3D. The whole idea is it's a green-white checker finish from the start of the race. So you've got 3 laps to get it done. Cautions are off. Damage is off. There's a DQ limit of 6x, so you can only have so many incident points before the race is over. The whole idea is to be as clean as possible, have as little damage as possible, and just basically get all of the, if it's an 80 lap race or a 100 lap race, we're just going to get all that out of the way. We're just going to go for it. And then the last race of the night is actually an 8 lap splash and dash, which is kind of neat. Me and Dennis have only done that once or twice, but very, very cool deal.
Turns a sprint, so you get the mix of the sprint races on top of fuel strategy. And when do you pit? Who do you pit with? There's no pit speed on pit road, so hitting your box, getting the most time made up as you can. There's a lot of factors that come into that race.
Right. Very, very interesting concept there. Is I'm going to get my trading paints open in a little bit different way, so you guys don't have to see all the stuff come back up on screen. And then we're going to set this to best time. I need to get one other thing up. We'll get that on screen. So, anybody know what the score of the baseball game is right now? Kind of curious to see how that's going to end.
I do.
What do you got? Talk to me, Goose.
9th inning. Tied 4-4.
Jesus. Just wild. All right. I'm trying to, good Lord, if I can clear my throat decent enough, that's what I get for eating pretzels.
So they're heading into the bottom of the 9th.
Okay. So still a close game then. It's anybody's at this point.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to go to a game 7. I'll be honest.
I didn't either, but I also didn't think they were going to have an 18 game inning either.
That was another thing.
Keith and Kale. Oh.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be a hard hit.
That guy went flipping. That'd be Randy Wood. He went for a ride.
Oh, God. Rickle did bring out the shiny Ford. Rickle, I'm pretty sure he meant 18-inning game. Not a, yeah. You're funny, sir.
Oh, that is a very chrome Ford.
Yeah. Let's actually get that on screen and look at this kind of abomination. It's kind of a monstrosity. That is far too much chrome there, Rickle. I don't understand. He says chrome gets you home. What the hell? Oh, good Lord. All right. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Oh, and Rickle's dying. Chrome don't get you home.
He saved it.
He did. Barely. That's not true, Rickle. The rear fell off the car. You know it and I know it. Send It said that the chrome paint scheme is there to blind his opponents in the sun.
It's a mirrored look, so all they see is the track. When they look behind them, they don't see him.
Oh, man. Big Duke clipped Marcus Smalden.
Oh.
Man, he is still flipping.
Oh.
Sometimes I think the flip physics are broke.
Yeah, these cars shouldn't be bouncy balls.
No.
Rolling. Got to keep on rolling.
We do see that things are getting a little bit back to normal in the world as Connor Wallbeck is on top right now. He had a really rough go last weekend. So
Duke's up in the top 5.
Yep. Keith's up there as well, sitting in 5th. Very rare to see Spicer sitting this far back, or even Bob DeJersey for that matter.
Well, that's this group qualifying just turns everything on edge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of tough to really push the qualifying, especially if you touch anything, it doesn't, it doesn't count. So
that, and if I remember right, they updated it to where you only get like 4 laps of fuel for even qualifying runs.
Yes. That is 100% true. Yeah, so Connor Wallbeck, Alan Stewart. Oh, we got some shakeup at the top of the board. William Clark's going to put it in 3rd. Jamie DeVoe up to 4th.
Yeah, these guys. Where are they sitting? Oh. Big Hornet's Nest going through 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah, there's cars literally everywhere down the back stretch. Should have a few more minutes here before we get to racing.
Got 1 minute left in qual.
Kale just whipped it left there.
He's like, nope, I'm done.
Unless he figured he wasn't going to be able to set the lap that he wanted.
Yeah. With 30 seconds now on the clock, if you're going to make one more stab at it, now would be the time to reset. Which that's exactly what Kale did.
Yep.
But he's going to come out in a bad spot without any drafting help.
And Kale's all the way back in 11th position right now.
Which we've seen here at Talladega, it's not too much of a big deal.
I'm already starting to see guys practice their pit road entrances for the 8-lap splash and dash.
Oh.
What are we?
Turnip just put in chat. Kale got DQ'd from the first race.
What?
After the finish, he must have got too many X's, so it credited Turnip with the win on the first one.
That's bizarre. I like how my headset told me that it's critical all of a sudden, and it never told me that the battery was low. So, interesting. All right.
Qualifying wraps up.
All right, let's get our grid up on screen. Connor Walbeck is going to be your pole sitter, 44.224. Alan Stewart's going to come home second with a very close time. Just missed it by 0.055. Jim Gillespie's going to start third. Joseph Wentz fourth. William Clark is fifth. Jamie DeVoe is sixth. Marcus Smalden seventh. Andrew Winans is eighth. Kyle Wilson going to start ninth. Miguel is going to start 10th. Cale Spicer is going to start 11th. Joe Sullivan starts 12th. Moving back a little bit further, Bob DeJersey 13th. Big Duke is going to be 14th. Keith Powell's 15th. Josh Cruz is 16th. Justin Burns is 17th. Jeremy Boz 18th. Corey Dennison is 19th. Shane Brown is 20th. Aaron Rolland 21st. Randy Wood 22nd. Paul Lawson 23rd. James Phillips is going to be 24th. And Special Phil going to start 25th. All right, we'll get that up on screen. We'll pay the bills and we'll get the track map up. If it does, it's not gonna. I apparently need to rebuild this overlay because it is not playing nice.
A lot of things are brokey.
Well, the track map constantly breaks, and then the results just don't want to work. So I'm not really sure. So I'll have to rebuild a few things.
So with this being Talladega, where do we see the big one?
Last lap, turn 3 or 4.
You think we make it to the last lap?
I think so. You know who my money's on?
The pole sitter?
Nope.
No?
Nope. Nope. I'm just gonna say this.
Go Special Phil!
You think he's gonna go
I-
from
I think
last
he
to
can.
first challenge?
I think last to first challenge, man. I think Phil's got it.
I don't know. Connor's gonna be really hard to beat.
Connor's going to be tough to beat. I'll give you that. But I think if Phil could make it through the chaos, I think he could make it to the front.
With this being Dega, a lot more room to work with. It
Yep.
promotes guys that are in the back a better chance of getting up to the front. Unlike Daytona, that is about a lane and a half narrower.
Yeah, and it's, you want to throw caution on the wind at Daytona, but because of the bumps and everything, you've kind of got to have a little more patience with it. So,
Yep. Where this, you don't have to worry about the bumps. As the pace car ducks off down pit road.
Joe Sullivan calling for
Connor.
himself to win.
Connor's going to start the long trek all the way through the tri-oval here since the restart zone is way down here and green flag is out.
Connor with a good jump. Does he go to the bottom in front of Graleski as they start to get a run? And it's like I just called it. Yeah, we'll see what Phil could do. I know he's all the way in the back. It'll be interesting if he can get that orange and white machine back there all the way to the front.
Graleski's going to be a thorn in Connor's side for this race, I have a feeling.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
As Jim kind of moved up in entry there in 3.
Probably trying to get some air on that front end. You know, the car, it definitely, you know, the setup's tight, but I think if you can keep some air on the nose, I think you're going to be better off. As we see 4 wide, there's a crash in the back. Bob DeJersey off.
Oh,
There was a lot of guys in that. The question is, Special Phil made it through.
as they're... We got Connor out front and then 2 by 2 behind him.
Oh, the 52
Oh.
cars around and into the wall he goes. Kale Spicer involved in that. He's DQ'd.
Oh,
Turnips
got
in
collected.
it. Phil's still
It's a 4-car
rolling.
race. We got 4 cars nose to tail here, taking the white flag this time.
Yep, Connor Walbeck leads across the line, but man, there's some experience up here. I called Jim for the last one. He come up just a little bit short. So we're going to see if Connor can hold him off or if Jim's going to pull this win off. We've also got the 50 of William Clark coming into this picture.
So you got Cruz pushing Connor, Clark pushing Graleski.
Jim's loose.
Oh,
No, that's not good.
that just DQ'd.
That DQ'd a bunch of people that it shouldn't have. So now
Connor's just got
Jeremy,
to make it through the travel here.
I mean, Jeremy Boz could theoretically, but yeah, Connor's just going to lead across the start finish line, and that's going to be the end of it. That puts Special Phil all the way up to 4th place.
They're wrecking across the line.
21 positions gained. He almost did it. That's impressive. Oh my God. I kind of want to come back and look at the wreck that DQ'd them all. I don't even know where that was. It's got to be here.
That was off of 4.
Yeah, because William Clark got, or was it Graleski that got loose? So the only thing
Graleski got loose.
The only thing I can figure here, I'm going to find the chopper cam and tell me if I'm right on this one, Dennis, because I think what happens is I think when Goraleski gets loose here, I think Cruz gets a phantom touch.
Yeah, he gets a netcode bump in the right rear. You can see his car twitch ever so slightly.
And that
Right there.
Yeah, there's your instant DQ. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
because
just
that took Shane Brown, Josh Cruz, William Clark, and Jim all.
Yeah, wild to me. I mean, Connor Walbeck's going to come home with a win here. Jeremy Boz takes second. Aaron Rollins going to come home third. Phil Connor's fourth. So, but yeah, that took a bunch of people out all in one shot. That's just wild. Yeah, like Shane just said in the chat, that's where he got DQ'd in the 6 car. So, but we're going to keep this crazy train rolling. We're going to head over to the next session, which should be live already. If you want to try and get into the next one, passwords on screen. That'll get you in. And
10 minutes.
You got 10 minutes of practice left. So if you're not already in the Discord, head down to the description below. That is down in words are hard. That'll get you into the races. It'll give you all the info that you're looking for, passwords every week, points, all that fun stuff. Connor says a win's a win. Rickle's gonna bust out the Harley Davidson paint scheme. And Joseph Went said he is available. Actually, he's here.
How we doing?
Never mind.
How we doing?
So since we're loading in, what do you have for us tonight?
So I actually have a did you know and a topic question for you, and I'm going to start with the did you know thing because speaking of championships, did you guys know that out of all 3 series for a championship, there was actually a legitimate tie for 2 people?
Okay.
So that was back in 1961, the late NASCAR Sportsman's Decision. And it was between Bill Wimble and Dick Nephew.
Did they tie as far as number of race wins and everything?
Like they tied as the champions. Like both of them were awarded the championship.
That's wild. You wouldn't see that in today's day and age. Heck, I don't even think you'd have seen it by the time Earnhardt was winning 7 titles.
I honestly, when I read this on Racing Reference, I just could not believe it to where like I had to write it down immediately and put it up here. But yeah, that's
all right.
And as for the topic question, and I think a lot of people are gonna like this because I'm gonna throw in a little creativity in it.
Okay.
You have the chance to make the final race of the season anywhere, and that includes any fictional racetrack. Like it could be Rainbow Road from Mario Kart, or it could be something from like GTA. What is your choice to make the finale for NASCAR?
This is a tough one. God, I think for me personally, Vegas.
You like Vegas, right?
I would go Vegas, and here's why. You have oodles of things to do in Vegas. I mean, I know the track's not right downtown, but you've got a bunch of stuff. You could easily do the awards banquet the same weekend, turn it into a big championship weekend, or just turn it into a championship week and do the banquet right there the next week. I think that'd be pretty cool. The weather's going to be decent. I think that's a solid place to do it.
So I have thought about it for a while, and I was just thinking about it. Like, obviously, yes, we're going with realistic, but if I wanted to throw in something like totally fictional, but like it would be like absolutely insane if it were real life, bring back the old New York road course that they did from the NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup game. If they did that in real life, how insane would that be?
That'd be kind of wild. I think another one that would have been interesting if we could bring it back, Riverside. Have the finale be a road course.
That would be cool too, but if they give it to Shane Van Gisbergen, you know, he's going to be locking that thing up, you know?
Yeah, that's the only thing. We were just talking before the broadcast tonight about how the Xfinity Championship went down. I don't want to give it away to anybody that still has to watch it, but very, very interesting stuff. I'll say that.
Yeah, I know this is your stream, and I'm just going to say this right now. I'm going to respect your stream, and I'm just going to keep my comments to myself about it. So
yeah, that's fair. I get that. So, but
I can share that a lot of people are very mixed emotion about it. That's all I can really say.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to ruin it for anybody that's watched it or hasn't watched it yet. So, I don't. As far as NASCAR is concerned, I don't agree that we need a playoff. I just don't. I think it's kind of crazy. You know, you have a guy like Christopher Bell, who, if we go by the old point system, I mean, he would have been tight on the title. He'd have had to at least finish, I think, 6th or better. But he wouldn't have come into the last race of the season with it already wrapped up. I don't think you'd see that, especially with the way that the cars race. But the other thing is how much are the drivers holding back? Because okay, you win and you're in. Well, if I win the Daytona 500, I don't really have to race the rest of the season. You know what I mean? I can go and
You see it with a lot of the underfunded teams.
Yeah.
They throw everything they got at the super speedway stuff.
Yeah.
Look at Live Fast Motorsports. You know, they show up for the plate races, and BJ McLeod, you know, he's doing his own thing.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I think the playoffs, to me, the playoffs got to go. I don't think that playoffs really have a spot in racing. You know, NASCAR always wants to be the biggest thing out there. You've got F1 closing in on your ratings. Like that has to draw some concern. And what's funny about F1, they haven't changed their point structure in like 70 years.
Exactly. I agree. I'll say this. I've been a fan since 2005, so I never experienced the Winston points format, but I can easily say that the Winston points format, in my opinion, is a lot better than what we have today. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen both, but
in my opinion, we don't need to have the Winston points per se, because keep how many points you get. Like, because I'm sorry, but a driver doesn't need to get 150 points for a race.
No.
Exactly.
I think you could take the current points structure. You know, you get, what is it, 43 for a win, I think. And I think if you kept that, added some bonuses for, you know, your pole position, most laps led, and for leading a lap, so we bring all that stuff back. I think it's going to keep your championship tighter the whole year, but get rid of the playoffs. So
yeah, the winning you're in, like, I originally liked it because I like to root for my underdogs, and when they won, you know, I was like, oh hey, they went to the playoffs. But now I feel like it's like, you know, you got guys like in the back. I'm not trying to say anything mean, but like I just feel like it should be a little more fair.
Well, and to that point, Shane Van Gisbergen got in on a road course. He only won at road courses all week, or all season. But he was what, 30th in points at the time that he got his first win of the season?
Somewhere around there, yeah. But don't get me wrong. I mean, like, Shane Van Gisbergen, he's starting to really improve on the ovals. I have noticed it.
Right. And I'm not saying, you know, that he shouldn't have been in, but like, okay, we could go back to, was it Harrison Burton, one of the Wood Brothers Ford 2 years ago, had made it in?
Yeah.
He hadn't finished high all season, got a win. He's in, and then he's out as soon as the first race is done, or first set of races.
That that is like, you know, like I get it, you want to make the playoffs cool, but you know, there's got to be like a line, you know?
Yeah, in how do you delineate that line? Like, what's fair? My thing is let's just get rid of the line. Let's go back to, you know, it's a racing season for a reason. You know, you're looking at the big picture of the entire season. If we go off an entire season's point structure, now you've got a regular season champion and you have a playoff champion. That
You will never see a champion who is consistent but doesn't get wins. Like, there is no more, I got more top fives than anyone else in the entire season, and I'm leading points, because consistency doesn't matter anymore.
Well, here's the thing, right? Look at Dale Earnhardt. I would say look at Richard Petty, but let's look at Dale Earnhardt. 7 championships, what, 83 wins? Or was it 76?
I think it was 76, yeah.
Okay, 76. We'll go with 76. You didn't have guys just running and, you know, not winning races and winning titles. You know, Matt Kenseth, I think, is the only person, but he was consistent as hell. So, you know, I think when they decided to change it, I think they were trying to become something that it's not. I've never seen a race series that uses a playoff outside of NASCAR. It's not the NFL. We're not the NBA.
You're not a ball sport. That's
Yeah,
what
we're
most
not,
people would call it.
yeah, you're not a stick and ball sport. Sorry, it's racing. And to me, you award the guy that was the best all season, not the guy that was half-ass all season. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Perfect way is last year's champion, Logano.
Yeah.
Like, he was flirting 20th in points up until his late season win that got him into the playoffs. And then he got in a late hot streak and won the championship after having a mediocre year.
Yeah.
I will say this: if Logano ran out of gas, I know I said something about like, oh, back markers winning and they're in, but just think about it. If Logano ran out of gas at Nashville and Zane Smith won, just imagine how different it would have been.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, well, we're about to go racing. So, Joseph, we're gonna let you go. We'll let you get into the car and maybe we'll talk to you a little bit later too.
All right, thank you, man.
Yep.
See you
later. All righty. Justin Burns going to put it on the pole. Joseph Wendt going to be to his outside. Joe Sullivan's going to start third. Keith Powell is going to be fourth. Spicer fifth. Bob DeJersey is sixth. Shane Brown seventh. Andrew Winans is eighth. Jamie DeVoe ninth. Kyle Wilson is 10th. Jim Gerleski 11th. Special Phil going to start 12th in this one, so he's got a little bit better of a shot. Moving a little bit further back, we got Big Duke at 13th. Alan Stewart's 14th. Josh Cruz is 15th. Miguel Saldana is 16th. Aaron Rollins 17th. Corey Denson going to be 18th. Paul Lawson 19th. James Phillips is 20th. Jeremy Boz 21st. Connor Walbeck is going to start dead last in 22nd. Interesting call. Yeah, I was going to say, interesting call there. I think he wants a 0x race. I think that's what's going to happen here. But yeah, so Turnip going to roll off in front of everybody. So for those watching at home, if you're new to watching, haven't watched before, the pole sitter is going to do a double Dutch restart. So Turnip can go anywhere between the yellow line and the white wall. But he is your leader, and we'll see how this goes. Well, who do you get your eye on this time, Dennis? It's a tough call, right?
It is. I'm gonna say the man starting fourth.
Spicer? Or I'm sorry.
That'd be Keith.
You know, it was funny. I was looking at him and I was almost thinking the same thing. I'm gonna pick Joe Sullivan. Damn it, the man needs a win.
He does.
Connor Walbeck said in chat he has a game plan. We'll see what that game plan is.
I mean, everyone's got a game plan until it blows up in their face.
The question is did Connor grid? Do you see Connor on track or is he in the pits? He's
No,
on track. All right, we'll see if it pays off. If it blows up in his face, we're gonna pull Connor in here. I think that's what we do. Green flag's gonna drop. Birdsy's got the lead. Here we go. 3 laps to Daytona.
Turn up with a good jump.
Pretty solid so far. Connor says he heard that. Burnsy's gonna lead as we get ready to come off of turn number 2.
Him and Joe have got themselves. Oh, as I say that, Joe's gonna jump up and cover the top lane.
It's 3 laps. Every man for himself. I want to see chaos.
Oh, you're about to see it.
Oh, Rickle! He's around.
Oh, Rickle's around.
It's Burns and Sullivan down through the tri-oval.
Connor made it through clean.
He said he's got a plan.
He's so far back though.
He said he's got a plan. I don't understand.
Kale tucks up behind Burnsy here.
Do we have a bounty gate situation? Whoa! Joseph went to the bottom in a power move. Oh! Bob is loose as hell.
The jersey. Oh,
he caught Keith.
That took out Keith.
Joseph went gonna lead
Red
across
flag.
the line.
Last lap.
There's a lot of experience at the front of this pack. Sullivan gonna try and wrap it around the outside, side by side out of 2. It's gonna be a drag race down the backstretch.
Oh.
Sullivan to the lead, Wentz by himself.
Burnsy jumps to the high side.
Ooh.
Oh.
Kale gives him the bump and run. Kale leads off of turn number 4. Who's gonna get it? Went to the bottom. Oh! And they got DQ'd.
Burnsy and Kale got DQ'd.
I'm gonna have to see how that fell out.
I got Joseph Went with the win.
Yeah, where'd Connor Wolbeck finish? He finished 9th. We're gonna get the results
22nd.
up here.
I got him the 7th with the DQs.
I think you're right. Yeah, so 7th with the DQ, so a 0x race, I do believe. They got DQ'd right at the line. They crossed it, so I don't understand. So Joseph Wentz gonna get first. Joe Sullivan's gonna get second. Shane Brown is 3rd. Jim Graleski is 4th. Jamie DeVoe 5th. Aaron Rollins 6th. Connor Wolbeck 8th or 7th. Keith Powell's gonna get 8th. Miguel's gonna get 9th. Bob DeJersey top 10. Yeah, that's really interesting. We're gonna keep on trucking though, right? We're on to the next one. Last one of the night. We got it.
The show goes on.
Yeah, the show goes on. We've got an 8-lap splash and dash to get to. Connor, I would say the plan worked. So you're lucky. You're saved from the broadcast booth. Get into this one. So we'll have about 10 minutes and then be in the race and ready to go. Actually, 11 minutes. So.
So the game 7 did go to extra innings.
Oh, it did? What's the score right now?
4-4, middle of the 10th.
Jesus. Yeah, that's wild. I figured, I didn't think we'd have that many games in the World Series or even the playoffs that would go that long, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I said, the one game where they went 18 innings was,
Yeah.
So they played two games in one.
Huh.
So they're technically on like a game 9.
Jesus. Don't have too many people on track quite yet. I think we'll see some people load in before that starts to bounce around, but just because I was reading the chat earlier, we were talking about titles without wins, and I just went to check something. I'm gonna just recheck this before I say anything. But let's I need to know something. We gotta go here. And then we got to go to here. That's what I thought. Because Aaron said that Terry Labonte won 96 without a win. That is incorrect. Terry Labonte won at least 2 that I am seeing right now on screen. I've got him winning North Wilkesboro. And then I've got him for a win at Charlotte in October. I'm looking through the rest of it. Yeah, so he's got 2 wins in 96. The interesting thing is Dale Earnhardt has 2 wins to start 96, basically. Jeff Gordon wins a bunch of them. But Texas Terry just consistent. Let's get this up on screen. And that can cycle through.
Aaron said 96 was almost 30 years ago. I'm entitled to be wrong.
That happens. That happens. I'll give you that. That's fair. Well, because I remember watching 96 and I'm like, man, I was pretty sure Texas Terry got at least 1 win. So. We don't have as many drivers in this one as I was hoping. I know it is one of the later ones, but you know, I think wow, now we're starting to get some times populating in. Graleski's going to be on the top of the board at the moment. Which season was it that Terry and Bobby shared a victory lap? I think that was 96, Aaron. Let me see if the site tells me. Because Bobby won in Atlanta in 96.
Still saying it was 2000.
Was it? Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was 96 Atlanta because Bobby got the win in 96. And obviously Terry wins the title. Let me pull that up. He said 2000. In 2000 at Atlanta, Jerry Nadeau won the race. So I think it was 96. But Josh Cruz on the top of the board already with a 44.160. Yeah, Shane's got that Folgers paint. I don't know why it's not cycling through, though. It should be cycling, and it's not. Oh, there we go. Got Jeremy Boz in the Aldi paint scheme. That's always a weird one, because I don't remember that being a paint scheme on these cars. Unless I'm just absolutely crazy. So, but you'll probably see a lot of guys practice some pit road entry here, because this one's going to get interesting. This is the one where you come down at speed and it's going to get wild.
This one's always interesting because you have the guys that pit early, you have the guys that stay out later.
Yep.
It's always cool to see who meshes out at what point.
Well, I think the big thing is, and you know, we saw it out of Ron in fast car or slow car the one time. He hit pit road perfectly. And that's the key when you're not going to have a caution and it's, you know, a free for all as far as speed. That's always the you know, the deciding factor, it seems. So Shane, I'm a little partial with the Folgers paint scheme if it's on a Monte Carlo. Call me a Tim Richmond fan. So it'd be interesting to see if Bob could actually hit his pit stop correctly at speed. I don't know if he's ever done that before.
I think he has, because I think he's run these before.
I know Moon Car, you know, there's that, but I don't think they get, you know, it's been very rare that you see a caution or a caution-free Moon Car race.
Yeah.
So but oh man. Josh Cruz practicing his entry. Oh, that's cool as hell, Shane. I didn't realize that.
I know around my town, Mark used to come out here and race at my local track all the time. And what was that, the 70s and 80s?
Yeah, it would have been 70s and 80s. Yep.
So yeah, he ran out at Wasso quite a bit. So.
Yep, James, I did know that Kenny Schrader won in that car. Benny Parsons tried to win in that car. Who else drove that thing while Tim was out? I know Rick Hendrick drove it at Riverside. Who else? Oh, that's cool. Shane said his first shop is 5 minutes from his house, and it still has the logo from when he was racing dirt.
That's cool.
Yeah. How much time we got left, Dennis?
20 seconds.
There we go. So we'll get this thing rolling and see who's gonna be the luckiest guy down pit road tonight. Got about 20 cars. Rickle not even bothering to put in a lap.
We see a lot of guys do the strategy of getting that very first box or trying to get the farthest box to pit road entry they can get. So, yeah, Rickle's the only one that hasn't taken the time, so he will get the very first box.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim Richmond was the basis of Cole Trickle. But as far as the issues with Cole and Rowdy Burns, that is Earnhardt and Jeff Bodine. Yep. So there's a lot of cross stories in that movie, but it's still absolutely epic.
And qual is over.
All right. So we can get some things off screen. We can get our grid up. Oh, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's get the grid up. Cale Spicer going to put it on the pole. 44.114. Josh Cruz going to start to his outside. Jim Grleski's going to start third. Keith Powell's fourth. Joseph Wynn is fifth. Jamie DeVoe's sixth. Bob DeJersey seventh. Aaron Rolland is eighth. Jeremy Boz ninth. Joe Sullivan is 10th. Shane Brown's 11th. Big Duke is going to be 12th. Move this a little bit further back. Riley Romeo going to start 13th. Alan Stewart's 14th. Justin Burns 15th. Connor Wolbeck 16th. Miguel Saldana is 17th. Paul Lawson 18th. Corey Dennison is 19th. And Rickle going to start 20th. All right. Well, Dennis, this is the one that we always have trouble picking. Who you got your eye on?
Every single person I've picked tonight, I feel like it's gotten wrecked.
I think me and we're on the same page here. So, I think Big Duke turns it around tonight.
I think old Rickle is sitting pretty.
I think you're right too. Shane says he picks Duke. Keep an eye on that PRS car. Shit's about to go wild, Rickle says. Oh, good Lord. Well, it's going to get interesting, I think. We'll see how it goes. But Rickle might be good. Turnip thinks he's going to take the win.
Well, you got to hit your pit box. Last time you did this Turnip, you were about 4 boxes past it. So
Rickle says you might want to change your pick. I'm kind of wondering what's about to happen. Like, I feel like there's some retribution about to go down or something.
it's the start of the points. What do you mean? You should have no qualms with anyone.
I don't know. I guess we shall find out. Ugh.
Rickle, I'm sticking with you because if I change my pick now, then I take back my word.
Yeah, somebody's just gonna get wrecked. So
It's not the chrome dart anymore, so.
Aaron says he's going with Shane Brown. All right. Well, here we go.
Kale's already been riding the apron, trying to save fuel.
I mean, I can't say
that
that.
wasn't Kale.
No, it was the 28 car of Joseph Wynn.
Yeah, that's Joseph. Got the long, slow pace up to the restart zone.
Green flags in the air. The Jersey with a really good start. Oh.
Yep. Yep.
Spicer with a decent lead at the moment. De Jersey gives up the position that he gained before the start.
Oh, he's gonna try to.
Oh my God. Bob just demolished Keith there.
That spreads everyone out. There's about a 5-car pack out up front.
We're about to see what happens as far as the long run goes here. This could change a lot of things. You've essentially got 2 packs right now. So I don't know how this is going to play out. We do see Jeremy Boz starting to pull into the back of Joe Sullivan here. So they're basically back to one big pack again.
Yep, and everyone's just single file, just trying to get to this fuel stop now.
Yeah, I guess we're going to have to wait and see who's going to pit when, where, why, and how. Because I think we technically, if I remember correctly, we should have, or we could have. Oh, God, somebody went over Turnip's nose. But we could pit here and make the end. I think I'd want to at least wait one more lap.
Yeah, we've seen people pit on 3 coming to 4 here.
There goes
Kale's
Kale.
coming.
We're going to stay with Kale for a second, see if he hits his pit box.
Brown jumps down with him.
Oh, man, Shane is all over the brakes. I think he missed his pit box by a mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to hurt Shane. So Kale's on and off pit road rather quickly.
Got a couple more people coming in this time.
Yep. We're going to see how this goes.
Duke and Rickle are on the outside.
That's what I was just thinking. I see him to the outside like crazy. And Rickle's up 16 spots so far. Oh, and there's a wreck on pit road. Sullivan's going to hit his box.
Oh, no. Yeah, Cruz is in it. Jeremy's in it.
Rickle to the outside. He's up 18 so far. Remember, he started all
They
the way
got-
at the back.
Yep, they got lap cars here. They gotta figure out if they're gonna pit this time. This is gonna get tight.
Yep, I think you're going to see Connor pit here.
Yep, Rickle slows down to tuck in behind the lap cars here.
He's down to pit road. Jim Graleski's. Oh, wow, that was close.
Oh no, Duke missed it.
Yep, Big Duke missed it.
Oh, Connor slid through his box.
That's not good. He's a mile past it. So Kale should cycle out to the lead with Keith. Oh, Keith's going to pit here. So, man, Kale's got a 15-second lead. We're going to wait. Well, I got to wait for this thing to cycle out here because there's just too much weirdness based on a few things. Because Jim
Yeah,
Graleski's...
Duke's out of fuel.
Oh, no.
So he is creeping down the back into 3 out of fuel.
Okay, so that makes Jim Graleski your leader right now, and Kale is flying because Jim just came off pit road. Kale slowed up.
Yeah, Kale slowed up to tuck in behind him.
Well, it would give him a drafting partner, and they could pull away from Alan Stewart. So I don't think that's the worst decision in the world. But man, yeah, Big Duke totally screwed on that one. And I was looking to see.
Yeah. So Sullivan's up to 3rd. Can him, Alan, and Joseph Went catch these 2 up front?
I don't know. Joe's going to have to throw caution to the wind, carry as much speed as he can. They're already down to 2 seconds in closing.
These 3 are moving.
That's what. Yeah, they're down to 1.8 as we get ready to come to 1 to go. The big thing is
The
they're
2
going to.
leaders were 2:08 entering turn 3. These guys were 2:20.
Yeah, I think we see them catch probably off of 2. They're 1.5 back right now in closing. I think if they could stay in line, the impossible is possible. But these guys got to stay in line if they want a shot at it.
They're there. They got their draft.
Yeah, Kale's going to try to go to the outside and try to slingshot it down to the bottom. But you can see Sullivan and those guys are closing so damn fast. Man, I think Joe's going to be all over them by the time they get out of turn 4. Kale down below the yellow. This
They're
could
coming
get...
to the checkered here.
Yeah, this could get really ugly. Joe's going to have to pick a spot. He's going to go to the bottom. Does he have enough time? No, Kale wins it. That was close. That was close. Wow. So Kale Spicer going to get the win over Jim Graleski. Joe Sullivan's going to be 3rd. Alan Stewart is going to be 4th. Joseph Went 5th. Justin Burns 6th. Josh Cruz 7th. Jeremy Boz is 8th. Connor Wolbeck 9th. And we got Corey Denson is 10th. So, you know, definitely some wild races tonight. You know, I think as we're starting to get more drivers show up, it's becoming more and more interesting in my book. Thoughts on the night, Dennis?
Like always, these are so much fun with them being short little bang bang races like this. It's fun. It's cool having a different take to the super speedway stuff. Like everyone runs super speedways, but what can you do to make it different?
Right. And that's always the big question. You know, I think super speedway racing is a hell of a lot of fun to watch. It's a hell of a lot of fun to do, and any way that you can kind of put a twist on it, make it your own, and draw people into it, like what they've done here is absolutely awesome. But yeah, these guys definitely put on a hell of a race tonight. We saw some really clean racing. We saw some other stuff that was a little sketchy, but for the most part, I mean, this race was absolutely awesome, especially with that charge, as Alan just put into the chat. You know, one more lap, the top two were toast. Those guys were moving way faster than Kale and Jim. Yeah. So, you know, I think overall it was a hell of a night tonight.
No, these, like I said, these races are so much fun.
Oh yeah. One of these times I'll actually get back in the car and be able to drive one and do it the next night after we've broadcast. So, but, anyway, for us up here at the booth, we're going to call it a night. We got slow car and fast car coming tomorrow night, last one of the year, till we come back in February. So you're not going to want to miss that. But we'll have that coming at you about 7:25 tomorrow night. So everybody have a good rest of the weekend. We'll catch you tomorrow night. And yeah, we're out of here. See you guys.